This is the Mayor of Blacktown. Today is Friday, October 18, 2013. The other day, I did a video about fatherhood, black fatherhood, and I asked the question, who had a strong black father that they can brag proud of? And of course, I got many responses, and I just wanted to say, I wanted to salute those of you who responded. Yet, I've noticed that there's a lot of anger in the black community, just as I've suspected and just as I've documented in my videos, of black boys who have been betrayed by the feminism movement. And like I've said before, this is the first time in history that boys in general are not raised by fathers or men in general, or male teachers specifically, teaching them a specific task, the way men and male teachers have taught boys for literally millions of years, from how to hunt to how to provide and protect his family once he becomes a man and breeds a family. So the purpose of this video is to ask, who understands my mission 100%? Because like I've said before, we're in a gender war, and battle lines are being drawn. Yeah, there's a lot of confused black men out there, a lot of messed up people, typified of course by the most recent example of the black woman who drove her car into the White House. And a few weeks before that, a black man went on a shooting spree and killed, what was it? A lot of people. About 20 people at a naval yard. Yeah. So we have a pattern, and black people typically and traditionally didn't do that. But it's part of a growing and escalating pattern. And I say pattern because these are no longer anomalies. Because yeah, there have been occasional shooting sprees, but black people are catching up with white people. Yeah. And of course, there was the potential school shooting by the white man of the black school down in Atlanta that didn't escalate. Had it happened, it would have really exacerbated racial tensions. And like I've said before, probably caused a race war when the country was still simmering from the not guilty verdict of George Zimmerman for shooting Trayvon Martin. And of course, just the other day, the Republicans made a settlement with Barack Obama after they shut down the government in defiance of the Supreme Court. Yeah, that was a bold, and what many people say was almost a type of coup because of their defiance of the various branches of government. Yeah. And of course, we could characterize it as racism because this is something black men have had to endure. Rules being changed in the middle of the game. And like I always say, this is why black men excel at sports, because the lines are clearly defined and cannot be redesigned. Yeah, in the middle of the game. And that's why black men have excelled at sports. Sports has been the only area where a black man could not be cheated. But now, black men are being told they don't want him becoming any kind of messianic figure. He can be a role model, but only a spokesman for corporate America. Similar to how Michael Jordan, they only want him talking about basketball. They don't want any more Muhammad Ali's. They don't want Michael Jordan going back to the ghetto. They want him to remain a sports messiah, almost similar to how some say Michael Jackson was killed because he was becoming too political in his videos. Yeah. So the point and the purpose of this video is to ask, who understands my mission 100%? I said 100%. because battle lines are being drawn increasingly. Who understands my mission to expose the feminist, the LGBTQ community, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, feminist, LGBTQ, UVWA, the whole homosexual agenda is synonymous with feminism. Feminists were nothing but a handful of influential lesbians who wanted to distort the gender roles. Yeah, that's all feminism was. The tail has wagged the dog. And like I said, it's culminated with the breakdown of the family, particularly the destruction of boys. And this, of course, is typified by the rash of school shootings, like I've said before, and we should all know, but now there's a lot of breakdown in just common sense in the black community. And I've got my sense. I understand manhood, but like I said, the battle lines are being drawn. Yeah. Who understands? Who is aligned with me 100%? I said not 50, not. I need to know who understands our mission 100%. Few of you, I know who you are. Yeah. Because eventually I'm going to make some demands upon my supporters. I need to know who my supporters are, who my members are, who my constituents are, who are my followers, who are my supporters. I need to know. Tensions are rising, like I said. Black people are going crazy, which is something very rare. And there's a lot of incompetence typified by that fool, Kwame Kilpatrick, who was just sentenced to 28 years, okay? You see how overwhelming this information is? We're in the information age, and so we have to deal with information overload. And one of the things I can't stand is people who only have an opinion, not based on anything concrete. Any monumental decisions, judicial, political, cultural, they just have an opinion. When I talk about sagging pants, it's based on facts. Sagging pants corresponds with a generation of boys who have been raised without fathers and don't understand manhood and what it means to be a man and be mature. This is the first time in history that boys are not taught by fathers how to be men, how to hunt for food, how to plant trees, chop trees, dig wells, farm, build farms, etc., etc., etc. We should all know this by now. So, like I said, this video is supposed to be very short. Who supports the mayor of Blacktown 100%? And one of the tests is, if someone were to ask you who is the mayor of Blacktown, could you give a summary of who I am and what I preach? That's what will determine if you support me 100%. I need to know. Yeah. I know I have enemies. I need to know who my friends are 100%. Because you're going to have to take a stand. The lines are being drawn. I just told you. Tensions are growing. They just shut down the government in spite of the Supreme Court ruling, the Congress, and of course the voters, and blatant act of racism to Barack Obama. Bold, major threat, a political threat of civil war. Some people, Jesse Jackson among them, characterize this as a type of civil war, similar to when tensions were there between the North and the South. Okay? So, like I said, we're in the information age. I don't have time for opinions. I really don't. Your biblical opinion, your religious opinions, I don't have time for that in the age of the internet and science and technology. And black people, where is Blacktown? You can't answer that question, black man, because you don't think like a man. Yeah. Yeah. This is the first time in history that boys are not raised by men Fathers or male teachers. Notice what I said. Fathers. 70% female-headed household. Men. In other words, this is not the first time in history that some boys have been raised without fathers and their mothers were a widow. But they saw men working in the community. And they certainly had male teachers. This is the first time where boys are not taught anything. I mean, manhood is not even in the media. We hear more about gays. And I got an email today. A big gay rally is being proposed. Big gay teachers. Yeah, can you believe that? The gay teachers are more organized than the male teachers, the black men. Oh, this is surreal. I should not be the only one who sees this. It's in the news every day. I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed, and I need to know who is with me 100%. That's the purpose of this video. That's the only thing I want to know. Who understands the mission of the Mayor of Blacktown 100%? Who is ready to pledge their allegiance to the men's movement, the church for men only, hetero values, straight manhood? Yeah. Everybody's organized but the hetero black man. Evidence is just god-awful overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed. I really, really, really am. And that's what happens in war. You're overwhelmed. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Yeah, that's what happens in warfare. And we are in a gender war of words with the alternative lifestyle universe. Yeah, a literal, another universe of just craziness. It started with feminism. I've documented it. I'm not quoting no Bible. I'm not quoting nothing that is prone to interpretation. Okay? I talk about Adam and Eve, but there's nothing to interpret when I say evil, the forces of evil. Satan have gone to the woman and taught her feminism. So I can substantiate what I say more than anything. You got people out here who are into religion, but they hate Barack Obama. And they don't understand what Barack means. Everything is evil. The black man is confused. Like I keep saying, he's the scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz. He didn't have a father. He can't brag that he had a father. He can't brag that he was raised by men. He can't brag that he was taught anything by male teachers. This female-dominated culture doesn't work. And I've shown you and documented how it's by design. There are people who want to keep it that way. So the line is being drawn. The battle line. This gender war is real, people. And like I said, it's escalating with the rise in mass shootings by crazy people. Just people snapping for a lot of different reasons. Overpopulation and not enough jobs in this country. Tensions are growing. There are too many lifestyles, too many cultures. There's no consensus. Racism is still real. White people, white women with funky attitudes. You know? Yeah. And then you have the good white people. That's how this country made it this far. John Brown. Got to give credit to monumental figures such as John Brown. Okay? But you got to take a stand, and that's the point and purpose. You can't just read about how other people took a stand in the Bible. Who understands the mission of the Mayor of Blacktown? 100%. This is the Mayor of Blacktown. I await your comments. All the strong black men, let me hear you say, amen.